What if your superpower was getting distracted and doodling? Well, that is the very premise of a lovely little Japanese fairy tale called The Boy Who Drew Cats. Long ago, there was a family who didn't really know what to do with their youngest son. He was small and weak and not a lot of help around the house, so his parents sent him off to a local temple to see if he would do better as an acolyte. The boy was very clever and the priests happily took him on. But despite his cleverness, the boy couldn't help but doodle cats all day long. Big cats, small cats, fat cats, thin cats, and not just in his notebook either. He drew them in the holy books, he drew them on the walls, and eventually the priests kicked him out. But they gave him some advice on the way. Avoid large places, keep to small ones. The boy had no idea what that meant, but he did know his parents would punish him if he turned up back home. So he decided to find another temple and plead his case and see if he could do better there. He found one at the top of a hill across town, but when he knocked at the door, no one answered. What the boy didn't know was that this temple had been taken over by a monster. No one who had fought the thing had made it out alive. The boy walked right into the door of danger and sat down to see if a priest would show up. A lot of time passed, and sure enough, the boy passed that time drawing cats. All over the walls, all over the screens, all around the pillars of the temple. By the time it was dark, the temple was covered with cats, and the boy was very sleepy. He remembered the priest's words, avoid large places, keep to small. So he found a small cabinet in the wall, crawled in, and fell asleep there. He awoke in the middle of the night to terrible screams and yowls. The sounds were so scary the boy didn't even dare to peek through the keyhole of the cabinet. He curled up in a tight ball and prayed for the noise to end. When sunlight began to show around the cracks of the cabinet door, the boy stepped out cautiously. He was shocked to see a giant rat monster slain in the middle of the room, and no one was around to boast of this heroic slaughter. But he did notice that the millions and billions of cats he drew were all fat and happy, with blood dripping down their tiny teeths. In an older version of this tale, the boy becomes a priest at that temple. Later, Lafcadio Hearn famously adapted it, and he changed it so the boy became a famous artist. I prefer the older version not just for the authenticity, but because I think it illustrates how people's skills can be useful in surprising ways. That's the end. Follow Folktale Week at this account and this hashtag on the Pink Photo app, and you'll not only see my stories, but some glorious artwork based on folk tales inspired by our daily prompts. See you very soon for another folktale.